What's up, everybody, and welcome back to All the Things Sword of Truth, the chapter-by-chapter reread of the Sword of Truth series with a good deal of craft brew on the side. See, because they make a... Anyways, I'm Nate.
And I'm Jade.
And this week we're going to be getting into Chapter 23 of Wizard's First Rule.
Yeah, we are.
And there's nothing you can do about it. Was that too hard? I'm sorry.
I don't think they were fighting.
So, I don't think we have any more news again, other than we are still waiting on word for when the store is going to open. I know Heart of Black Ice just dropped. I've already read it. Well, I listened to it at work, and Jade has not. So I'm dying because...
I'm catching up slowly.
I know you are. I have... Well, I was going to say Audacity. That's what we're using to record this.
Yeah.
I use Audible, so I can listen all day, every day, and I can get a good chunk done while I'm at work.
I bought sneaky headphones, so I can start doing that too. The other thing I wanted to mention, well, two more things. It's not really news, but number one, I know that we've had a couple new listeners recently.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
We've had a couple of you guys reach out to us and just be like, hey, we just found you. Love it. And I just wanted to say, hey, thanks for being here.
We kind of forget sometimes getting caught up in what chapter has to get uploaded next and what chapter we have to read for the next week. So we kind of forget sometimes that there's people discovering this for the first time, even though we're this far. But it's great to have you guys along, and we're really glad that you're here.
Yeah. And anybody wants to reach out to us, I would love to have any theories, questions, any comments on the episodes. We absolutely love it. Sometimes it might take us a minute to get back to you, but I promise we are going to get back to you. The other thing I wanted to mention is that we are literally like a week or two away from starting 2 chapters a week. And I'm super excited because I want to get farther in this book.
Yes, it's time to make the change. I think we've heard enough from everybody who thinks the same, so we are definitely going to 2 chapters a week. So we're definitely going to do that, and we're excited to as well. We can kind of focus a lot more on this story and get way deeper into it.
I keep thinking about stuff that's coming that I forgot, and I'm like, oh yeah, that's coming. Oh yeah, we haven't even met this person yet, or seen this place, and then I'm like, crap, we have so far to go in this book, and I just want to get there like yesterday, so I'm excited.
I know, as we're rereading this first one, like you said, you think of those things that happen later on, and even more, you start thinking about all the stuff that surrounds that situation, and you're like, oh, that's a whole nother thing. That has nothing to do with this thing.
Yeah.
It makes you really excited to reread them.
Yeah.
So I'm with you. And all of you, apparently.
Yeah, so let's dive right into this chapter and get it over with so we can get to the next one.
All right, so this chapter starts off with Richard and Kaylin entering the village and getting their first glimpse of the mud people and how they live. They see chickens and buildings made out of mud bricks, topped with grass roofs, wooden doors that have no windows. Nobody has time to build a window. It's not really a time thing. They have a hole for the door, and that's about as fancy as they get.
I think they don't have the materials for windows, so they have like curtains hanging there, but there's no glass.
Oh, it's just a hole in the hut then.
Yeah.
I guess it's not a hut. It's a home. It's clay.
Yeah.
Yeah, they're all one-room family homes sharing at least one wall. So there's a lot of these houses. I kind of look at it almost like apartments. They're all built in a cluster.
Yeah, I think kind of like condos.
Okay, so maybe 2 or 3 and then 2 or 3.
Yeah, not as fancy as a condo, though.
Right. I mean, they're homemade.
Yeah.
What if you didn't like the guy who wanted to build his house on your wall? Okay, can I build my house here? Like, no, you build fucked up and maybe your house will break mine and... Damn it!
Well, I would hope the rest of the village would, like, pitch in and help out. Like, community!
Yeah, that would probably be the best way.
They're the mud people, so, like, they work with the mud, man.
That's what they do.
Yeah. They have other buildings around with 4 poles in the roof that everybody can, like, eat or make weapons. And there's women wearing bright dresses. They're grinding some roots to make bread. There's kids running around. The girls have short hair, which kind of relates back to earlier in the book when we were talking about, like, haircutting. So this is, like, the first example that we've seen so far of the girls not being able to have long hair.
Right, and Richard asked Kaylin earlier in the book, does anybody ask you to cut your hair? And she goes, no. Silly boy, no.
But Kaylin is the center of attention and interest to everybody there. And it's because she's feared and respected by everybody. And she's been traveling. She's a woman of travel.
Yeah, they know who Kaylin is, but they're not used to having her around all the time.
Right. It's exciting.
So in this village, they have a weird kind of parenting setup. The kids are kind of turned loose during the day. The adults go about their business. They just don't watch the kids. I mean, they kind of do. It's like a community raising, which is not uncommon in history, I know.
Yeah.
But they're not punished for doing anything wrong. And they are given all the time to be a kid that I don't know how old they have to be when they, become a man and have to start having responsibilities. But until that point, they're just break them loose, kid. Yeah, go. And once they get older, then they're put into like a strict training, to hunt, to gather, to fight.
I would assume probably like 12, 13. They're probably kicked out of being kids.
About the time that voice starts to drop, and you're like, all right, kiddo.
Yeah, exactly.
By the sound of it, you got another couple of weeks. And what size helmet do you wear?
But Savidlin takes Kaylin and Richard through the village. They don't really hang out for too long. And they go see the 6 elders who are waiting underneath one of those pole and grass roof situations.
Yeah. Not like a full structure.
Right.
This is
it's like a gazebo.
Yeah, I was going to say like a big tent. But yeah, a gazebo. That works. A little more fancy.
I feel like gazebos are just like in-ground tents.
Yeah, like a permanent structure.
Right. It's a permanent tent is all a gazebo is.
Okay. Well, yeah, this is made out of poles and grass, just not mud like their houses are.
Right.
Okay.
And these dudes are wearing deerskin pants and coyote capes. They don't call them capes. They just say they have deerskins draped around their shoulders, but fuck you, that's a cape.
But that's a cape. I love how they're people of the world. They use mud and the earth to build their homes, and they hunt for what they eat. And then they're like, yeah, but we're fancy too. This is a goddamn cape.
Yeah. Did you see my cape, man?
Look at this fucking cape, dude.
Softest fucking coyote you've ever seen.
I'm a goddamn gentleman.
All right. So then, mud people do not smile at outsiders until greetings are exchanged or their souls will be stolen.
Yeah, how do they figure? I mean, I get how something like, I know there's people who believe if you get your picture taken, then a part of your soul has been stolen from you. But I don't see how just smiling at somebody would do that. Or is it like a sneeze situation? People think that when you sneeze, your soul escapes your body, and then so somebody says bless you and it goes back in. Is it like that? When you smile, you invite either your soul to leave, or when you smile, you're inviting towards somebody else, so maybe they could steal your soul. And that's just one of those things that you can not do, and then they don't have that opportunity. Like inviting a vampire in your house. They can't fuck with you until you let them in.
Yeah, and I feel like mud people probably aren't the type of people to, smirk a whole lot. Closed lip smile.
Oh,
just
yeah.
Standing around. I feel like when they think about smiling, it's open mouth, teeth smiling. And so it would maybe make sense that you're not allowed to, open your mouth to somebody before you greet them, maybe? I don't know.
I could see that. Don't want to give them a way in.
Yeah.
Or, apparently your soul a way out.
Yeah, because it's just itching to be stolen, I guess.
Boy, it does not like you.
No. Everybody else in the village kind of gathers around and is silent and watches what's going on.
All right, so they have this circle of people. I liked this part. Kaelin and Tofalar, they greet each other with a small slaps that are proper inside the village. See, when you're out there in the woods, it's, no holds barred.
He can haul off and sock somebody.
I respect the hell out of you, sir. I'm going to give you a closed fist. But when you're in town, you have to behave like gentlemen, so to speak. So they go small, open hand slaps. But I kind of imagine them, they're not like going easy on each other still. They're not super aggressive, but you're still showing your respect for somebody's strength. So I think they're still giving them a good wallop.
Good pop.
Yeah.
On the side
but
of the face.
Not enough to like take you off your feet. Just enough to let you know, like, wham. Okay, now I've hit you in the head. You hit me in the head, we're even.
Enough to make noise for everyone around to hear, probably.
Yeah. Just hard enough to where nobody thinks that you're going easy on somebody.
It's still called a slap.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
It's not like a tap or a touch.
Yeah, it's not like they're touching the side of your face to say hello. They're striking you.
Cutting.
So after Kaelin and Tofalar greet each other, Surin, Caldas, Arbrin, Bregan... God damn it, I can see you dancing over there. You're like, don't fuck it up. Bregandrin and Hagenlet.
Oh, so good.
Hagenlet? Hagenlet. We're going to call him Hagenlet. They all follow suit. They all do the same thing. And I'm sure Richard is just tortured. He's like, stop fucking hitting her. God damn it. Savidlin introduces him as Kaelin whispers a warning not to loosen teeth. They're like, look, right now is not the time to show everybody how hard you can hit, okay? We're trying to be civil here. You got one, and you were lucky that was a good sign of respect. Now's not the time.
I feel like I probably at some point would have whispered to him, like, hey, man, I get that you're on edge, but, like, take your hand off your sword because you're definitely already pissed enough for everybody.
Yeah, they're watching you, dude. You are not one of them yet. You're still outsider.
Yeah.
You remember all them heads on pikes? Those were people that they knew.
Yeah.
So, So Savidlin says to these elders that Richard is the one they spoke of, the one who brings the rain.
Okay, so Savidlin tells the elders that Richard is the one they spoke of, the one who brings the rain. Kaelin assured him that was what was going on. It's because of Richard that the rain is there. When he's explaining this, Kaelin's like, oh, shit. So this was a bigger thing than I thought it was.
Yeah, it's not just and he so happens to do this. They were kind of expecting this.
She didn't realize she was confirming, like, a prophecy.
Right, right. Yeah, they heard this and went, oh.
Tofalar greeted Richard. Savidlin was super proud of his swollen lip. He was like, see?
Yeah.
See, he hit me hard. He just slapped you.
Punched me right in the fucking mouth, boy.
Look how much more respected I am. Fuck your little weak ass.
Yeah. You all like him. He likes me.
Everybody else greeted him, and then everybody went to one knee and bowed their head, and Kaelin looked at Richard and was like, I don't know what the fuck that is.
Yeah, this is out of her wheelhouse. I like that Richard is looking at Kaelin like, what are they doing? Because she's supposed to be the knowledgeable one, and in fact, like in the last chapter, Richard was like, yep, you know what we're going to follow you.
Yeah.
And now they're like, okay, so what's happening? And she's like, I don't know, this is new.
I don't know, maybe it's because you're a seeker. Oh. The men rose, and then Tofalar tells them all to sit. And he's like, we're honored to have you here. And women come out, and they bring bread and food. And they're all, like, checking Richard out.
Yeah, they like him.
Yeah. They're talking about him, and they're just completely ignoring Kaelin.